Hello everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com. This is probably going to be a more than one part video because I can only do 15 minutes at a time now, so I got the Google slap, one strike against me for talking about someone's website that they thought I was violating their copyright protections when all I did was talk about my feelings and comments about it, but that's another story. Anyway, let's move on. Tonight is Sunday, February the 26th, 2012. And it's been a while since I've done a post. I've been doing them a little bit less here and just waiting to see what's happening. Right now, I really don't see anything majorly happening in the market. They have been doing this slow grind up day after day after day. Kind of had a feeling this was going to happen, and I really haven't made very many posts since I guess December, early December, because I seen the Christmas rally, and then I just thought it was just going to continue in to January. I really didn't think it was going to go this long without a pullback, but it's a very, very long wave 3, I believe, in a final 5th wave that is in our final primary wave 2 up. And I believe that this is going to conclude somewhere in June of this year. And this should conclude, if this goes all as planned, this should conclude the move up since the March 2009 low, which would start primary wave 2 up, and I believe it will conclude in June of 2012 this year for primary wave 2. Then I think we're going to have our primary wave 3, or P3, that everybody has been waiting for. All the bears have been waiting for, and I think a lot of bears are going to miss this wave. I think they're going to be fooled because we could very well put in new highs, or at least a triple top, maybe new highs from our May high of last year, but maybe we don't put in new highs. I don't know. It's possible. Anything's possible. I don't have any fake prints to the upside as to telling me when the fake print will be. You know, if we go back to the 2000 high and hit that 1500 and something, I think that's really reaching, but anything is possible. So I'm not going to rule that out, but I will simply say that I do think that we're going to end up sometime in June. So let's not look for a level. Let's look for a time period, okay? And we'll look for fake prints to find and see if we have a better idea. Right now, the only fake print I'm setting on is the 137.30, which we are almost there. We are so close to there. So this leads me to believe that we are really, really close to selling off some, starting to move down here. What I believe will be a 4th wave down with the 5th wave up to complete this move inside a 5th wave. So this move down in March may only last a few weeks. I don't know. But it should fool a lot of bears. I definitely think that. Okay, so but before we get on to those, the technical aspect of it, just kind of briefly, just give me an idea. Because I'll go over more of that in the second video I do. Right now I want to cover some stuff of what the Illuminati Reptilians are planning. They have clearly stated that they are planning to do another false flag. These Navy SEALs have already been informed of the details and told what to do. They're not telling what the date is or anything like that. Maybe because they don't know, maybe because they fear for their life. I don't know. But some of them have come forward because they are sick and tired of these gangsters, and they know that this is all lies, that they have been told to kill innocent people, to start wars that are unjustified, and they're just sick of it. Maybe some of these people are just like the guy from Navy SEALs Team 9 that came forward and was interviewed by the Project Camelot team with Bill Ryan and Kerry Cassidy. If you go and look at that, matter of fact, we can do that right now. I haven't even mentioned that in the actual post. Let's see, Project Camelot, and we'll do that because I have not mentioned that, and I should mention that there's a video. I wrote this post and I did not include everything, and so sometimes these things just come to me as we're going through this, but it is a video by this guy. It's very, very much worth watching. I just want to let you know that my journey, and as far as this Red Dragon Leo stock market site began over 2 years ago, I guess going on 3 years now, I don't know. It began completely a typical stock market site that had nothing to do with aliens or the Illuminati or the New World Order or the Reptilians or anything like that. It simply began that way, but it led me down that path once I learned that the stock market was controlled. And when I seen my first fake print, and that's probably what I'm best known for, is just the fake prints I throw up. Anytime anyone emails me a fake print, I'm going to put it up. So if you catch them, you see something out of the ordinary, put it up, and let us all know. Try to inform us all, because these are where the gangsters are going to take the market. They do this all the time. This is how they tell their insider gangster buddies inside of Goldman Sachs and all these other thugs. Okay, so this guy. Moving on, anyway, that kind of led me down this path. Once I learned that the market was secretly being controlled by these Illuminati people, then it led me down the path. Sorry, I paused that accidentally. Anyway, it led me on this path down to Project Camelot. So this was actually emailed to me. This Project Camelot website was emailed to me. I guess I'll go back here a little bit of history. It was actually emailed to me by a newsletter that I have been on since the 90s, since before the internet, I guess. I don't recall, but it's been so long. But it is a website that has to do with alternative energy and vehicles that run on water, and the story of Stanley Myers. How he was killed in 1998 after converting his dune buggy in his little farm. He converted it to run on water, and contacted the military about it. Wanted to be a patriotic American, and they sent out a general, and they said, yeah, we love it. We'll put it in our tanks, and blah blah blah. And next thing you know, he ends up poisoned in an Ohio restaurant. As he leaves, he collapses dead. He was actually supposedly offered $1 billion from the oil companies to buy out the technology and just shut it down. Of course, they were going to trash it, and he said no. This guy's in his 50s. He owned his own farm. He didn't care. He wanted to free America. He wanted to do the right thing, be a patriotic American, and do the right thing. And that kind of led me, down this path. That person had actually sent me the link to Project Camelot, and it was about something else, but I started watching their videos about 3 years ago or 2 years ago or something, and it's about 3 years ago now, and it kind of led me down this path with learning how the stock market was controlled. And these guys, Bill Ryan and Kerry Cassidy, are literally like the modern day Fox Mulder and Dana Scully, and they are interviewing these people that are whistleblowers, and not just with alternative energy, but with everything to do with the aliens, and everything to do with anything to do with anything that is being suppressed, whether it's alternative energy like that, or in this case is this guy, Project Camelot, Bill Woods. This guy here, an interview with an ex-Navy SEAL, guy. He's just come forward to talk about the Iraqi war and everything that's happened to him. SEAL Team 9. He was with SEAL Team 9, and he talks about the coming false flag event that he has been informed that will happen. Now, I don't know if he is the same person that actually is the one that contacted Ed Asner, who, as most of you know, if you're old enough to remember Ed Asner, was on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. But he's a famous actor in Hollywood, and he's come forward now. He's much older now. He's probably, I guess, he's got to be up in his late 70s or 80s. Most of the people they kill off if they start talking about that, start talking anything to do with 9/11. If you're a famous actor, you're going to get blackballed. You're going to get ousted. I think even Roseanne Barr once mentioned the word, oh yeah, something about 9/11 being, yeah, that wasn't really terrorist. That had to have been some type of inside job. She mentioned that briefly on the show. I think she was on with was those four women that sit around in the show and they talk, they gossip, with Barbara Walters. And anyway, they ousted her and canned her off of that. I think that was Roseanne Barr, I recall. But so anyone that actually goes out and says this, they tend to oust. But I guess they really can't do this with Ed Asner, being he's already in his 70s or 80s. And so he's coming forward. All of his actor friends said, no, don't tell Alex Jones this stuff. And he's out there saying, hey, you know, some people have contacted me that are inside the Navy SEALs teams, and they said they have basically been told that there will be a false flag event this year. And of course, this all leads up to the oil prices going up, and the Illuminati getting what they want, these reptilians getting what they want. And that is to bring oil to $150 to $200 a barrel, just as they said they would do back in 1970 when they found the Prudhoe Bay oil field, and that Lindsey speaks of so many times, and that they were not going to give America that oil. They were going to basically buy oil from the rest of the world, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, wherever, and give them toilet paper in exchange for that oil. Well, I'm sorry, Federal Reserve notes. Same thing, right? So you get the message there. So anyway, there's an audio here you can listen to with Lindsey here as well. And of course, these links will be here in the YouTube page. You'll be able to go to this actual post as well. I'll always put that in there for you. As well as a video, latest video from him that's 52 minutes long. So, as well. Now, we'll have to go over some more of this, obviously, in the second video. So I'm just kind of briefly going over it. One of the things here also that they said that you've been hearing here lately is that Greece is going to default March the 23rd, 2012, this month. This is another reason for us to sell off in front of this event and then for it to rally afterwards, because I don't believe that anything they tell us is going to be accurate. And if you think that they are going to tell you the date that they're going to default and let you profit from it crashing, you are absolutely losing your mind. That's just the opposite of what's going to happen. Whatever comes out of this meeting, I don't know. Some other kind of Ponzi scheme game, some other bailout. I don't know what's going to happen that day, but you can expect the market to do the opposite of what you think it's going to do. So if you think it's going to crash, like most bears think it's going to crash on March 23rd, and they start loading up short ahead of time, it should force the market down into this date, very possibly. But after that, I think it's just going to be just the opposite. It'll end our fourth wave down and go up from there. Okay, I'm going to continue this in a second video here, so let's stop this one and move on to the next video.